Without People. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The World Without People. My name is Ayomide, and I'm excited to be here. I'm always excited to be here. But I always have a story for all of my guests until the one day that I probably do a guest that I've actually never, ever met before. Actually, I think I've done quite a few of that. But even with that, I'm always excited. But this one is very exciting because I'm talking to someone who's known my husband since they were kids. Like, literally, I feel like, I know his parents, I know his siblings, but there's that extra gist that you get from somebody that has seen him since he was a kid. Let me try and keep it PG-13. And so I'm very excited to have Oluseyi Ajayi. Did I get it right? Is it Oluseyi? Is it Adeshe? Is it
Oluwaseyi?
I'm just making sure because different,
So the reason is because Demilade's dad is actually Oluseyi.
That's so exactly, you see.
So they named me like I was named after him.
Oh, nice.
So he's my godfather. So he is Oluseyi.
Okay.
I'm Oluwaseyi. So they put that.
Make it a little bit.
But we're both Sheyis.
Very nice. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
We literally called last minute, but we had also been, to be fair, we had you on the pipeline all this while.
You guys will pay.
Yes. Fair enough.
No, I'm just kidding.
Because the story is, no, really, you have to tell the story and people need to know the story. And that's why we say The World Without People, because I can't imagine your life, your story not being shared to the world and it not being a part of this world. So thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Start from the beginning. You already started. They named you after Daddy Robert, as we call him.
Yes.
So why, how? Tell me everything.
Okay, so my dad and Demolade's dad, Uncle Seyi, best friends. We wear the same shoe size, same size of clothes, same everything. They looked alike. They were pretty much twins. Fantastic relationship they had. And I came along and you know what? Look, you have to give me the honor. You have to be the godfather of this boy, which he said, is a no-brainer now. Why do you even have to ask?
Right.
So that's where my name, so I just got Oluwaseyi just from him. So that's it. So a lot of people assume if you're not quite sure, you think Demilade and I are like cousins, but we're actually god brothers because our parents were like 5 and 6. So there's a picture that Demilade has and I have as well when my dad and his dad were sitting on Uncle Seyi's spider. Both of them just sat. They were decked out. This was like 70s or early. I can't remember what year it was, but they were decked out in suits. I'll send the picture to you so you see it. Red car. Fantastic. They've had, they always had a fantastic brotherhood. It was an amazing relationship that they had, So we are the fruits of said relationship.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, and you guys didn't go to the same schools and everything,
no.
right? Okay,
so Demilade is how do I say it? So Demilade is an Ajebota. So Ajebota, so to a certain extent.
Right.
This is somebody he was born in Mushin, but he was born in the best
nicest part
of Mushin, Palm Avenue, when Palm Avenue was still Palm Avenue with the palm trees and everything. I was born in Surulere, then moved to Isolo, which is further down. So to go to their house was just the bridge. So Daleko Bridge, and then from Isolo, Daleko Bridge, and then you're in Mushin. So so that was it. So Demilade, posh kid,
But Surulere was nice.
It was nice. It was nice. So look, to be honest, I'm being honest. Let me not cap. I had a solid childhood. I went to amazing private schools.
What school?
So I went to, when I started out, my school journey was Happy Child, Montessori School in Surulere. Okay. That was just like starting out. And then we had moved to Isolo, so I went to A to Z Nursery and Primary School in Ajayi Estate. Okay. Fantastic school, owned by Princess Bola Jegede. People who are old enough should know who she is. Fantastic school, I did that. And I left A to Z, went to Air Force Primary School in Ikeja. Okay. Some A1 Air Force Base. There were schools in there. So I attended that as well for like a year. And I ended up in Akpata Memorial High School, one of the best secondary schools in Nigeria, no cap, hands down. So that's, I'm sure you know Tenny and Nini.
Yeah.
So their dad, that was their dad's school.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, Nini was a year my junior. Tenny was in primary school when, I was there. Like she was, we just knew her, So I went to the school, private school, military setting. I did that as well. Fantastic school. God, that school was instrumental in like my development.
That's awesome.
To where I am today. And then we did after secondary school, I did Unilag. I got into diploma, did law,
Okay.
failed woefully.
I was going to say, because we are not even close to the law.
Failed. I wanted to do it.
Okay.
The passion for the law was there, but just the effort to be able to sit down and to be able to read, and it just wasn't in my system. So I failed, ended up transferring from law to English, and that was where I got my only degree.
Interesting. So wait, I don't understand. It's about the same amount of reading.
No, it's not.
Really?
It's not.
Yeah.
Lawyers never stop reading.
Fair enough.
They never stop reading.
But if you finished with English, like you actually finished, I feel like that automatically just gives you the love for reading. Like you feel like you never stop reading, no?
So English is totally different.
Okay.
Law is you never stop reading because there are cases you have to prepare, you have to. English is
leisure.
In as much as you would like to think.
Yeah.
That was my mentality when I was transferring to English. It's not just English, and then I got there and I was hit with some other things that I never seen before, syntax, this, that.
Exactly.
I'm like, I didn't think this was, so English itself was another struggle. It was very stressful. I managed to graduate by the skin of my teeth. I graduated, but it was stressful. But I was, so that's just like my life in terms of education. But I wouldn't trade it for anything. I like my journey in terms of schooling. If somebody comes up to me and says, "Oh, do you want to trade one school? Do you think you should have gone to Babcock or Covenant?" Or I'll tell them no. I like the Unilag I went to. The relationships that came out from University of Lagos were fantastic relationships. A couple of my best friends, I met them in Unilag. A lot of my relationships, my business acquaintances, those relationships were forged in the early stages in Unilag.
Yeah.
These were times where we had nothing. We were just doe-eyed boys moving around, very horny boys. That was pretty much what we were doing in Unilag. We had nothing. But now that we're all older, we're all in our 40s, I see everybody, they're heading like big parastatals, some are massive entrepreneurs, businessmen. Everybody seems to be doing very well. So I wouldn't trade my academic journey. I wouldn't take anything out of it. Yeah. Because that was, that's pretty much what led me to where I am. Yeah. And I'm very grateful for it.
Yeah. I always tell people, I think for me, going to school, I think, obviously we can go back and forth about, okay, do you need a degree? Like, does it matter what degree or whatever? But I've often thought, and I remember telling a friend of mine, and I've had her on the podcast, she's much younger. I remember telling her at the time, go to school. I don't care what you study, because the business that you want to do, that's where you're going to find your first iterators, like the first people that you can try this on with and try that on with, and then they give you feedback for free.
Yeah,
and then you can, build what you want to build there. So I know we're going to talk about business, but did you start your business in Unilag?
So in hindsight, I wish I had started my business in Unilag.
Okay.
But what I started in Unilag was would I call it a hobby? It was just like the way I used to live in Unilag. So back then I had a Nissan Primera. It was bright red. I used to call it Manchester United red. So I like the Manchester United stickers and everything. There was Ronaldo number 7. Yeah, whatever.
Arsenal
Red
fan.
Red Devils forever.
Arsenal fan. Gunners for life.
Yeah, whatever. With your Ojoro Premier League.
Oh, wow.
Yes, nah.
Now it's Ojoro Premier League.
No.
Wow. Let's not even go into
your Setbacks Premier League. Anyway,
yes.
Moving on.
Forever and a day. Continue.
Moving on.
Okay.
So I had the Primera, and people who know me very well, who know my story, will tell you that, look, this guy was obsessed with his car being clean. Like I wake up in the morning, people are still sleeping, I'm up by 6, washing my car. I just liked the fact that on my way back from class, I'm walking in and I can see my car and it's shining. It was, to them, like, this guy is a madman. Like, what's he doing? You know, and then there was this thing I used to do then. Oh God, my friends, they hated my guts. because before you get into my car, you have to take off if you're wearing slippers, you take them off and you dust them and then you put them like this and then sit down. But if you're wearing shoes, you now have to like dust and then so like, you know what, we're not entering his car. So if all of us had somewhere to go to, the people who were in my car
I had to sacrifice
look, this is the way this guy is. He's not going to allow you in his car if you don't do this. So that was it. So in hindsight, I wish I had started the business in Unilag, but you know, the idea came in Unilag.
Okay.
You know, the idea came in Unilag. That was when I got and it was in my final year in Unilag that I conceived like the entire idea. Like, okay, look, this is what I want to do. This is how I would want to do it. Which was pretty. It was strange, you know, like people around me didn't understand it because this is 2007 where people are talking about, oh, when I leave school, I want to work in Slum, I want to go to Shell, I want to work in Chevron, I want to go to PHB, I want to go to GT Bank, Zenith, First Bank, you know, I'll work there and they'll retain me. And, you know, people are saying what they want, their dreams, their plans. And they're like, oh, Shay, what do you want to do? Like, oh, yeah, I want to open a car wash and detailing business. And I'm like, huh? You what? You know. So for the longest time, people who were around me in terms of like my friends always just saw me as this one is not serious. Because I wanted to do something that not like the world, like Nigeria wasn't ready for.
Yeah.
You know. So which led me to like a collision course with some family members. So I have an auntie who is a top banking exec. And, you know, in her mind, she's like, okay, you go to school, you graduate, and then you will come to training school, I'll put you in the system, you know, and then you climb. And I told her, oh, I don't want to do this. I want to wash cars. She's like, surely okay. As in, what are you talking about? You know, we were on a collision course for years. Like, she just couldn't see it. She just couldn't understand it. Like, why would you, like, waste this entire opportunity? So while I was going through that at home, I was going through another phase with my friends who were going behind my back and were like, this is your guy that says he wants to wash car, blah, blah, blah. So, you know what? And so when my auntie saw that, look, it was beginning to get out of hand, she now introduced me to someone who now said, okay, you know what? Let me link you with somebody who will help you like structure
business. You
know, not even the business, just give you structure so you know what to do. The guy at the time was, there was this show on TV back then. It was called The Intern. So the guy won. He won The Intern then. And, you know, he was growing in the industry in leaps and bounds. He was very savvy, professional guy and everything. So the guy knew him one-on-one. I was like, you know what, I'll link you with this guy. Let him give you structure. So I met with the guy. The guy said, what do you want to do? I told him, I said, this is what we want to do, blah, 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 blah. In as much as he gave me structure to a certain degree, he didn't see the full picture of the business itself. He didn't see it. He didn't get it. He could only just understand it to a certain degree and then it stopped there. But I could see that, look, this is where it's supposed to be. This is 2000 and so this was, I started, like I told you, I started in 2007. By 2008, that was when I was writing, like, you know, putting things together. And it got to a point where it was something I didn't want to do, but I had to. So I put the business on hold. I put it on ice because I realized that the Nigerian markets were not ready for what I was bringing. Because to them, so when my pricing model then was, I think the most you would pay to do a comprehensive clean on a car was 12,000. This is 2008. And then the guy told me, he said, Shay, I like your business idea. It's forward thinking, it's innovative. But why do you think the average Nigerian will pay 12,000 to clean their car when they can tell Mutiu, their driver, or Musa, the gisman, to wash the same car?
Yeah.
So when he said that, I gave him an answer, but I couldn't convince him as to why.
Yeah.
So when he said, is like, you understand, but this is where the hurdle is. So when he said that, I was like, look, but at that time, hunger was beginning to wire my brain.
I love it.
Hunger was beginning to wire my brain. My best friend was where was he even working that time? I think it was in Sky Bank. My other close friend, Timmy, he was in real estate. I think he was in fine and country at the time. Timmy was making good money, was making moves. So me, I was there. I'm like, even Pabo, So now, fortunately for me, there was a lady who was selling diesel at the time. And, I told her, I just went to meet her, look, I have clients who can buy you, or you give me like my commission. And she's like, no problem now. So that was I just got into the oil and gas business, like oil and gas, diesel downstream, like hood level downstream, just supply church, supply hospital, supply this school, supply this house. So that was what I was doing. That was what I was using to just keep body and soul together. While I was doing that, I was still pump small money into the business plan. I would change it, I'll leave it, I'll do something else again. But the diesel money was now good. Diesel money was now becoming very good. I was now beginning to, I always dressed well, but I was dressing better. I could afford things. I had now stopped even driving the Nissan Primera then. I had moved up to a Toyota Corolla. Not the regular Toyota Corolla. I was driving the bank Corolla. There are two types of Corollas. So I was driving the bank one.
Don't even know what the difference is.
So I was driving the bank one, and then people look at me like, so I'll pull up now. They'll think, okay, it's probably bank staff, and then I'll come down, with my fitted on with the earrings. And they're like, like how, So there was that. I did that, but the passion was still always this car wash thing. But I left the car wash thing for a long time. So I ended up doing sports consulting and marketing with my friends. We set up a company, did that as well. So there's a lot of football tournaments that pop up on Instagram these days. I need to let you know. Now we started.
I love it.
Yeah, we're the ones that started it. A lot of people, if I'm being honest, it's not about, I don't want to call a lot of names, but a lot of people got their big break off what we did in Tactics IQ at the time.
That's awesome.
Demilade Roberts, Beju, one or two OAPs today who are, they got their big break off what we did. And it's fine, we kind of like provided that step board for everybody to showcase their talent, and everybody's doing well today. I see everybody, and I'm like, wow, it's good to see, because that was in 2010.
Yeah.
So that was in 2010. So I did the sports thing. So I was doing the sports thing, and then, the diesel thing. The diesel thing was giving me money. The sports thing, no money at all.
Wow. Yeah,
it was just a dream. We knew where we wanted to be and what we were doing. But the way sports is run in this country is just ridiculous. Yeah. They don't take it seriously. It's just not, it just goes to a point where, look, we're not making money off this thing. And we're beginning to have serious girlfriends, thinking about families. I can't be pouring the little change I'm making now. So now so we put the sports thing on ice. Kind of put it on ice. So that's the initial journey into the backstory into my car wash detailing business. Yeah. So it was on ice from 2007 till 2018. It was on ice.
Wow.
Yeah. It was on full ice. I didn't touch it. Okay. I didn't even tweak the idea. I just left it. But something happened in 2018 that made me, okay, you know what?
You gotta do it.
So okay. I'm sure we'll get to that.
Yes, we'll get to that. Okay, so now I almost want to know, okay, so between 2007 or 2010 and 2018, then what were you doing? At least work-wise.
So 2010 to 2018. So I got married I met my wife in...
Who, by the way? Home science. Shout out home science.
Okay.
Went to the same high school. And I say this to just say that the world without people like you have, like, it's just so crazy how tiny this world is.
And it's getting smaller.
Like, it's smaller and smaller every day. Anyways, continue.
Okay, so
Hi, Ore.
So I met my wife in 2012.
I was gonna say, better remember this.
So 2000. It was even a chance meeting. So we had done this party in December 2011. You know, where we had to wear suits, and the pictures came out. Pictures were on Facebook. You know, and a mutual friend of mine just chats me up on BBM. Oh, how far are you there? Like, somebody saw your picture and she likes you. And at that point in time, I was running the streets extremely heavily.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like the honesty.
No. I was running the streets. I'm not even capping. It was the only person that can understand this thing I'm saying is Timmy Adesoya, because we were running. Oh my God. We were running the streets heavily together. It was just ridiculous. So, like, we were in the streets heavy. So, babe, woman.
Sorry, can I just ask, to this thing, but back then, because now all I hear is they're asking for hair, they're asking for this, they're asking. Was that the same back then?
No.
Okay,
No.
That's all. Don't go into it. I just want to
know.
No,
I'll go into it. Let me go into it.
Sometimes I think it's a lie. I think men are lying.
Now, let me go into it.
Okay.
Let me go into it. So back then, this is 2000. So between 2008 to 2011, there was that period where, you know, because we're out of school, and, you know, a lot of us are hustling, doing business, or in the labor market, or in the workforce proper. So back then, the girl just had to like you.
Yeah.
You know, your game, your P is what we used to call it. Your P. You know, need to see how the song. You should know my P. So your P had to be legit. If your P was not legit, she wouldn't really like you.
Exactly. That's it.
We were not buying hair. We were not buying phones. We were not pressing money.
I don't understand.
All of that was non-existent. What used to happen, the most we used to do was, okay, we'll go to Silverbird Galleria, watch a movie, or we'll go to the Palms and watch a movie at the Palms too. And then maybe when we're done, go to Ice Cream Factory, do a panini, you know, downstairs, or you do yin yang upstairs, and then you can do, like, you know, it was pretty basic. You know, like, you take a girl out on a date and you spend how much? 18K, 22K.
So what has changed? I mean, you may not know you're married now, but what I'm just saying is, like, I feel like men are lying. But let's go back.
Men are not lying, no.
They're not lying.
I swear to God, men are not lying. So when people ask me, like, when I see it from a married perspective, and it pops up on social media every day. There's always somebody with a mic interviewing people, and they're just going on and on about if a man doesn't do this, if a man doesn't do that. And in my mind, I'm like, if a man, you need to understand that your father self is a man. Your papa no do all these things for you, but you want somebody else to do it for you. If you come from money, look, it's one thing if you come from money,
right,
and these are your expectations. We will say to her, okay, yes, this is how this person was brought up.
Right.
You can't expect them to deviate from that.
Right.
It's understandable.
Right.
But you are a girl that came from Ondo.
Hey!
No, it's just an example. No.
I'm from Ondo.
Example. You're a girl that came from, okay, you came from Akure.
My mom is... Okay, I'm just joking.
You came from Akure, or you came from Anambra, you came from, Plateau State, you came from Benue, because God has blessed you with small breasts, small yash, and then you have now moved to Aja. You're living with like 5 other girls, and then they are putting you through, and the next thing, you've bought phone, and then now, you've opened TikTok, you're now shaking your hair. Like, see, men are very silly people. I say it all the time. A lot of us get carried away with the breast and the yash. And in as much as a girl can post something stupid, she has said something very stupid on her feed, and they're castigating her that, you don't get sense, you get crazy. behind all of that, there are guys falling over themselves
Exactly, and I
in
feel
the
like
DMs.
this is what has caused the issue. Sorry, I feel like this is what has caused the issue. Men started to do all of this. They started to so it's like, to your point. There's 5 friends. You're doing it. The 4 of the friends, four of the girls have this guy or whatever guy that is spending on them in such ways. Do you expect the
So,
fifth one to like once,
okay,
and then
so
that's
like I
how the
said,
thing like proceeds.
so like I said, it has to
I
do
feel
with,
like we need to stop.
like I said, there was something called P. If your P was not
Exactly.
heavy,
And maybe that's
so
what the issue is. Maybe men need to start talking about the fact that they don't have peace
that's
anymore
so
and they
that's
have
what.
money.
So thank you.
Like,
So so it's a catch-22 situation.
yeah.
Like I said, when we were in the streets, all you needed was your game.
Yeah.
You didn't even need to have a car.
Mm-hmm.
My friend Timmy at the time, Timmy, I didn't say I didn't have a car. I had the car.
Hi, Timmy.
Hey, Timmy Black, my guy. So I used to go and pick him up from work. We
Yeah.
would drive around, do
Yeah.
all of that. Then, like, he used to drive his sister's car as well. Timmy didn't have a car, but the guy was doing babes. So you didn't even need a car.
Yeah.
But all you needed was your game. We
Yeah.
had game.
Mm.
Then some other people who didn't have the game
Yeah.
now started doing unsavory things to get money. They now started getting money. But because you have no game, you will use your money to get what you think you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
So rather than split the game at the females, they started throwing the money at the females.
Yeah.
So I tell people, the good girls then, unlike now where it's just the dating is a disaster. Like, it's just chaotic. Everything is so transactional. If it's money, before you see you must press money. Then you see, guys too, they will now be hustling. They'll be, I'm like, man. Like, when people ask me, like the question was, I'm like, no, we didn't experience all of this. The girl just had to like you. The only thing you had to do was just have the swag, have the P. That was all you needed. That was all you needed.
So when them need to see them were singing all these songs, they were talking from real life experience.
So at that time, what was even advantageous to us was, because we did that whole football thing, we were now close to a few celebs, Don Jazzy, who was, just a fantastic guy. He used to come to all our events, retweet, do everything. So Don Jazzy, Ebuka, Nobuligwe, the entire Mo hits, then because we used to frequent Mega Electrics, who owned Beat FM a lot then, so Tools, Bami, like it was a family thing. Jimmy Akinshola. So those guys were popular on radio, and then they used to give us shout outs. Oh, the Tactics IQ guys, Front of Soccer Fiesta, this, that. So in our own rights, we were
celebrity.
we were like this, So the P plus small fame,
Yeah.
that was all we needed.
That's why she slid into the DMs.
No. She's gonna kill me.
I know she's gonna kill you.
I don't worry. So the thing is, so the thing is, Ores saw the picture, and it's like, according to she's like, who is this guy? And yes, my friend would like. So the guy now messaged me, and as a guy, what I should have done, the ideal thing that I should have done was, give me her BlackBerry pin.
Yeah.
Let me add her. So I just told the guy, you know what? Okay, this is my pin. Tell her to add me. Because I didn't, babes plenty now. So I think it was like a daily, I didn't even no, the first thing I asked him was, come, should she get breast? Because I
love the honesty.
So I like what I like. People who know me, my friends who know me very well, they know me. I'm sorry, I like what I like.
Yeah.
So that was the first question I asked him, and he was like, he laughed, he did the LOL. That time we used to have this BlackBerry thing that the LMAO would go like this. So he sent it to me, and he now sent her picture. I was like, I'm on mad, this one is nice. So and I said, you know what? Give her my pin. So now say, you don't want her pin. I said, Baba, you give her the pin, or they now said, okay, no problem. So he gave her the pin. I think she now sent a request, but I didn't even see it on time because I was just caught up doing other things. I wasn't going anywhere because we were home, occupying Nigeria. And I ended up accepting. the request, and then we just started chatting, and that was it. 2012, I just fell, as in I just fell anyhow. Gosh, I just fell anyhow for the girl. I
So
mean,
I'm not the one in the streets, and that was it. Oh,
that was the moment I met. See,
luckily.
the moment I met my wife. I'd not even met her physically. She was even in Jan at the time. She was doing
Oh,
masters
wow.
at the time. She was in the UK. I was here. But when I met her, that was the end of running the streets. So
Aw,
that was the total end. There was
that's so
nothing.
cool.
There was nothing again. And then she came back in February. I asked her officially if she wanted to be my girlfriend. We did that. By November, I proposed. By June 2013, we were married.
Damn.
By July 2013, we were pregnant. It was
Like, that is so
yeah,
crazy.
like it's crazy. And here we are,
10 years, what?
13.
13
We
years.
done 13. 13 years,
Wow.
2 kids.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 kids.
All
Yeah.
right.
I mean, it hasn't been easy though.
Yeah.
It's not been like straightforward. It's not been easy.
Yeah.
But we're here, 13
Thank
years.
God.
And if somebody was asking me one day, oh, we do trade, I said, in as much as we tend to drive each other crazy and tend to get on each other's nerves,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, this is somebody who understands me understands me more than most.
Yeah.
Understands me more than most.
Yeah.
And I believe I actually understand her more than most.
Yeah.
So I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. In as much as we drive each other in as much as we drive each other crazy. Nah, man, I'm like, you know what? Hey, this is the person that God said, see
for
you.
me.
This is person for you.
Yeah.
You can kill yourself if you want, but you see this person, nah, you get them. So that's it. So I don't.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So yeah,
Okay, so I like how you said, like, okay, yes, I'm hustling and everything, but straight up marriage and now like a father, and like I can't even imagine what that transition was like. Like, so now I'm going to assume having to work, right? Because now you have people to take care of and raise and all of that. Mentally, because what, you're
29.
yeah.
I got married at 29.
Yeah, I mean, and relatively young for most
for a
of
guy,
your guys
yeah.
at the time. So, what was that mentally for you?
So mentally, getting married at 29, it wasn't something I wasn't really bothered about it. At the initial stage, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm ready. And I think it started to weigh on me when we got pregnant in July, because we literally got married in June. And July, I'm like, hey, like, I didn't even enjoy anything.
Did anybody even talk to you about that? Like family planning, like, okay, think about it.
No.
Okay.
So somebody said something one time. It was a conversation where, so at that time, all of us were very impressionable. We all used to have like opinions. Oh, when I get married for the first 1 year, me and my wife will enjoy myself. We will enjoy ourselves. We're not going to. And then
to be fair, that was me, and I married let me not say my age. You all know my age, but then when I was old.
Somebody asked us.
Yeah.
I can't remember who this person was, and I said it, and the person just made a phrase: "Strike while the iron is hot." That was the only thing the person said.
See, fair enough.
That was the only thing. I can't remember who this person was.
Fair
I'm trying
enough.
to remember who he was, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
The only thing the person said was "strike while the iron is hot," and boom, got married in June. By July, we're pregnant. It was a lot to deal with, because at that time, the diesel business I was into, somebody had delivered some diesel at the time, and the person was a regular customer who didn't used to owe. Like, I would supply, and 2 weeks, 3 weeks, the person will pay. So I now supplied a lot, but because I was doing wedding preps at the time, I didn't collect. So I was like, I'll let the money pile up after the wedding, at least, this, like, only for a month and a half after the wedding. Let me go and collect. I got to the house where I usually supply the diesel, somewhere in phase 1, and I saw to let, to lease. I'm like, huh? like this is the house I used to come and supply steady.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa. So I was calling the number, didn't go through. So I was owed quite a substantial amount of money. So I had already gotten married. We had got done. We were doing the house up. The house was coming up in bits. It wasn't it, but initially we had gotten the house, but I'd spent money, AC, TV, like the basic furniture. So I'd done that. What I'd not even having him. So we started off with very little money. Very little money, and this is my wife. She's pregnant. She's going through the emotions, the moods. I'm there, struggling mentally, trying to, mom, man, how we like the money that I was expecting, so all of that just went on, and we had the boy, we had Mayamide, my first son, in 2014 in April, and it kind of just brokered. The tension wasn't so much when he came because there was somebody that both of us literally had to focus on.
But I wanna go back kind of to the beginning, because you've said a lot of things, and the part that people don't know is that, like you said, your dad is late. I think you kind of said daddy was, but
it was,
and your mom is also late. So and
I'm
I don't
an
know.
orphan.
Yes. We thank God. We thank God for all things. But I don't know when in the journey, like, that began for you and all of that, because even that's why I asked you the question. Did anybody even say anything to you? Like, I mean, I was much older, so I already went in with all the things that, you stacked up all this knowledge, because people have been telling you since you were 25, all these things, right? And it's different when, again, you start a little bit younger and things like that. So I want to say, because particularly, you're the first of 5, but it's a very complicated story.
Yeah.
So
So the thing is, I'm the first of 5 in total.
Yes.
But I'm the first of 3 from my mom. So my dad had, that generation, they were just wild. They were wilding out. So two women, I'm the first of 5 in total. The one who is immediately after me is Lola. Like, she's like my dad's carbon copy, And there's my brother Larry, then there's my sister Didi, and then there's Oreo. So there's 5 of us in total. And we were here, 2 were there, 3 here. So that's pretty, I didn't grow up with him. I didn't live with him. We had, it was a funny relationship, to say the least, because it was somebody who, how do I say this? So some people see me, or I behave a certain way, or I look a certain way, and people are like, and when I tell them that this is Kenny, I knew it's, the way he looks, the way he. So my dad was very, very charismatic, tall guy, light skin. I'm dark, whatever. Like I took the complexion of my dad's dad. He was dark skinned, so I look like him rather than look like my dad. So my dad was tall, light skin, charismatic, fashion guy. So I think that's probably where I got, the fashion thing from.
Yeah.
I like to think I'm fashionable.
Yeah.
Not like I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Let me not brag.
You put an effort.
That's the thing.
And you even like the themed look as well. Like,
so the thing is, in as much as it's actually not an effort.
Fair enough. It's
effortless. Like, there's something I always say. If they say the dress code is leaves and palm fronds, I will come looking better than. It's just, and I'd like to think I got that from my dad, because I like the pictures, and the few times we were together that I saw him, the man was just he was very well put together. His outfits were very structured. This is I'm going to match this, match this, match that. So I got that from my dad. Got that from my mom as well, because my mom. So there's something I do in my house that my wife can't understand. She always thought it was abnormal until she saw my sister do it, and she's like, okay, clearly this is a family thing. So if I go out and I get back home, the shoe I wear out that day, once I get home, I'm going to clean it around, clean the sole, put it in the bag, then put it in the box, then put it up. I was like, what are you doing? Like, just put it in the corner. That's not how we were brought up.
Yeah.
You come back, you clean everything. So my dad did that. My mom did that. My grandfather, who I grew up with, did that. So that was the foundation. So I grew up with my grandparents, my mom, and 4 aunties. We all grew up together in the same house. I was born in Surulere, Olatilewa. I was born in Luz, Olatilewa. Then we moved to Isolo when I was 4. So my foundation was Isolo. I grew up in Isolo. And it was I had a fantastic childhood. I lacked and wanted for nothing. There was nothing I asked for that I did not get. I wanted a bike, I got it. My dad was in the US, my dad is American, Akata, So he used to send, he would send clothes. And the clothes that my dad was sending is not like the run of the mill. Yeah. I was wearing Tommy Hilfiger and Nautica, and I didn't know what I was wearing. They will say there's class party at school, and I'll show up to secondary school I'm in JS1. I'm wearing Tommy Hilfiger, and seniors are like, "Who is this boy where they wear Tommy?" I didn't know the value of what I was wearing, Yeah. So that was kind of I lacked nothing. My mom was pretty hands-on. Her sisters, God bless all of them, they were extremely hands-on in my life. They made sure I lacked and wanted nothing. So the father figure, thing that wasn't there from my dad, I didn't really feel it. Maybe I felt it sometimes because, when people are talking, oh, my dad, where's your dad? Oh, he's not here, he's in America. I'm like, oh. So who is that man that brings you to school? So that's my grandfather. For a long time, a lot of people thought my grandfather was my dad. For a long time. Because my dad was in the US and he used to just pop up randomly. I think it came 3 times. I saw him 3 times. So he will come, do
in entirety?
Yeah, 3 times. Wow. 3 times, yeah. And I remember the years. He came. So I saw him 3 times. And he was so when he came, he was hard on me. Because I'm like, yeah, you can't be you can't be like this. You can't do this. You shouldn't be like this. Because I remember back then, because I was the first grandchild, so I was spoiled a lot. I didn't used to do anything. And my dad came and I was like, no, I just go for sure. We used to wash it, and I didn't like it. But then again, after some time, I realized why. Yeah. And my dad is old school guy. He went to Mayflower, Ikene, Taisho Lain was their principal, and he's not. Yeah, he didn't come from money. Yeah. But my grandparents were, they were okay. Yeah. They were popular. They were influential people, but not wealthy. Yeah. So he's hard work. You must do this. You have to do that. So he put that. I didn't like it, but he put that in me. And by the time he left, see me thinking, okay, this man has gone back. Things to go back to. No. So that was it. So wash your uniforms yourself. You need the iron. Do this, do that. So that's pretty much my foundation into where me as a person today. Yeah. But my grandparents, my mom, her sisters, without those people in my life, I don't think I'll be here today. Or I'll be here, but I'll live a different quality of life. Yeah. Yeah, amazing people. Amazing. All of them. And God, like my grandparents, shush. I miss them so much. I miss them is because the things that my grandparents did for me is I look at my kids and I'm like, you guys don't even understand. So my that which brings me back to the genesis of trying to run a car wash and detailing business. It all stems from my grandfather. So let me give you the backstory. My grandfather is very structured, extremely structured. With how he dresses, with the way his cars look. The man is just very, very well put together. So there was this thing that, growing up, we had 3 cars in the house at the time. So we had a Peugeot 504, a BMW, and a Datsun Bluebird. So we had 3 cars in the house. The BMW was the car in front. The Peugeot is in the middle. The Bluebird is at the back. And we used to wash these cars when we were on holiday, like school is out. Like now that it's third term holiday, we used to wash these cars every day, every morning. And it used to annoy the hell out of me because we're not washing this randomly. Like we have to wake up by 6. And there's no hose. You literally have to fetch buckets. and it's not the type of wash that, like they'll just quickly pour water and clean. No. My grandfather didn't play that. You wash the tire with the brush, you bring out the rugs, you brush out the sand. So the cars used to look brand new. It used to annoy me. What now annoyed me more was the BMW had a knocked engine. The car wasn't moving. The car wasn't moving.
And you still wash it?
And we'll still wash it. So one day I asked him, I said, Baba, this car, it doesn't go anywhere. Why do we wash it? My grandfather said, if a visitor comes to this house now, he comes to visit me, and he sees 3 cars, he doesn't know that this one is working, but all the cars look clean. It's not the visitor's business. He doesn't need to know that the engine is knocked. I was like, what? I didn't see the sense in it at the time. But after a while, I saw, okay. So, which brought me back to when I wanted to start the detailing business, the car wash and the detailing business, I already had the foundation.
Yeah.
Because I had already gotten the informal training from this man who puts me through.
Yeah.
There is no way you want to wash a car that I don't know. I know every way, I know every angle, I know everything. If you bring a car to me and you say this car has this problem that I will give you the solution. It's like this. And if it's not something that is possible, I will let you know as well that it's not possible. I know everything. So that's it. That was my foundation in the detailing business as well.
Yeah.
And I've been fortunate, the whole detailing thing. I've been fortunate because this is a business that I've met people. If I start now, they'll say she is calling, is name dropping.
Name drop.
But you've seen my Instagram. Yeah, you've seen my Instagram.
Name drop.
Name drop.
No. I'm teasing.
There's no. See, to be honest, I say there's nobody I've not detailed for.
But in 2018, what made you say, okay, I'm leaving all the other side things? Yes.
All the other things. Okay, so in but the diesel business had even collapsed at the time, so I moved from diesel and I started doing fashion consultancy. That one was nice. I liked it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I liked it, but I wasn't passionate about it. Yeah. I mean, it was like I was playing. Yeah. I did the fashion thing too. It was okay, paid the bills, but I just wasn't. I was a bit off. So 2018 was the year that like everything just changed. So my mom got sick at the time. She was diagnosed with the whole with the whole breast cancer thing. And all my other businesses had, the economy was beginning to affect my business at the time because it was going good and we had change in government from Jonathan to Buhari, and Buhari came and just kind of, my mom was sick at the time, so we'd done the surgery. She was at my place for recovery, and she could tell that something was just not right with me. I was on edge a lot. I was anxious. My wife and I were not really on the same page. So there was one night. I was just in my room, and she knocked on the door, and I said, "Yeah, come in." And then she came in and she said, "I want to see you. So come to my room." I was like, "Oh God, what does this man want?" So she went to, I told her, "Okay, I'm coming." So she went, and I went behind her. She now sat on the bed, and she's like, what's going on? Like, I don't like the way like things are going with you, blah. So she just said a whole bunch of stuff. So I don't know what's going on. You're losing yourself. This is not, this is not my son. You're usually very, and people who know me, I'm I'm this correct guy. I'm the flashy guy. I'm all of that. But at that point in time, I wasn't like, I just lost myself. And she's like, you're losing yourself. What's going on? Like, you need to do something. I don't know you to be somebody who is just, you're wallowing in self-pity and all that. She said a whole bunch of stuff. I couldn't even respond. I was just looking at her. She now said something. She now said, I don't know what you're going to do. She now said, what about your car wash business? That you were writing the plan that time. Don't you think it's something that you should revisit? She just said it. All that she was talking, I didn't answer her. She said, don't you think that your car wash business is something that you should revisit? She now said, because at the end of the day, you have a wife, you have this house, you have 2 children. Something has got to give. Something has to give. That was the last thing she said. She said, something has to give. So I now stood and I said, is that all? She now said, yes. I said, okay. I now left. I went to the room. And I think we had this conversation at about 10 p.m. at night. So by midnight, I couldn't sleep. Because once I'm anxious or you've messed up my mood, I don't sleep. So at that time, I was like, well, midnight. And I said, okay. And I took my phone and I went to YouTube, how to start a car wash business. And it took me to one guy called Wilson Auto Detailing. Young guy at the time. This is 2018. This is like July 2018. Because I had a medical episode at that same point in that same time as well. Because my anxiety, I was, so my blood pressure, so I ended up in the hospital as well. So that was when she now even, look, Mr. Man, you just die. You just die. So the YouTube just took me to the guy's page, Wilson Auto Detailing. And he was, oh yeah, I run a mobile detailing service, blah, blah. I run it from my car. My girlfriend is my blah, blah. And I watched detailing videos from midnight till 6 in the morning. I didn't even know it was 6 in the morning. I know the way YouTube works. Yeah. Once you start one, it just keeps taking you to the next one, to the next one. By 7 a.m. in the morning. You know Popeye? You know Popeye the cartoon? Popeye the same. When they've beaten Popeye, they've beaten him. And then somebody just gives him like the spinach from somewhere. And then it was like, I was Popeye and they gave me spinach. From 7 a.m. that day, I was on it. I just brought out my pen and pad, my laptop. I brought out my old proposal, La Vitienda, like Demilade says. So I brought it out and I laid everything down. Like, okay, you know what? I wrote this business plan and this business model in 2007. This is 2018. How many years have gone by? Are the Nigerian people ready for this kind of service? At the time, there was somebody called Casper who was providing the service in 1004. So I went to Casper's page. I checked everything. I checked how they were operating. And I modeled myself using a template from Casper and the Yankee guys who I was seeing on YouTube. I now say, look, the thing about these businesses, if you copy them hook, line, and sinker from abroad, you run into problems. Because we're in Nigeria. Our terrain is different. Mindset is different. Everything is totally different. So I tweaked here, tweaked there, and I knew I was good to go. I had about 5 million at the time. That was my life savings. That was everything I had, 5 million. And this is a space of 2 days. We had a conversation, and 2 days later, I was buying equipment. My mom was like, what's going on? I said, this car wash thing, that is what I want to do. This is how I'm going to do it. And she was like, are you sure? I said, yes. That this is it. So I told her, I gave her the full business model. And she was like, okay, no problem. So 2018, I was buying equipment in 2018, buying. So by October, November, I had bought every bit of equipment I needed. I was down, I was good to go. All I needed was the van to carry everything. So something happened. I gave one guy the money to buy the van from the US. The van didn't come on time. One other guy was owing me money. It was just a very chaotic period, which led me to further depression because I had given myself a timeline I was going to start by December 2018. But by December 2018, my van wasn't even in Nigeria. Not to talk of retrofitting and doing all of that. So by January, the guy returned the money. He said, "Oh, you couldn't buy it." I returned the money. Fortunately for me, I ended up procuring the van elsewhere in Nigeria, somewhere in Abuja. I got to Lagos. He had issues. Did all of that. To cut the long story short, by May, I started operations May 17, 2019. COVID. That's how I started. That was the first day I started. My first customer was Jimmy. I know. I can never forget. God bless that guy wherever he is. Jimmy is somebody who has always just, I don't know. We're not particular. We're not friends. Yeah. But there's a mutual respect. This is somebody who always wants to see me win. He doesn't. He's always in my corner. If my name pops up anywhere, like Oluseyi Ajayi, please. He's the one that needs to do. When I started, Jimmy, my branding from Lassa, Jimmy was the one that paid for it. No. He said, "I'll pay for it. Don't worry." He just said, "Just go to so and so branch and collect the teller. I've paid for it. Then the rest, you sort it out yourself. You come to Ikeja, they'll give you." That was it. Jimmy said, "When you start, I want to be your first customer." I was like, eh? It was my first client. My total bill that day, we did about 6 cars for Jimmy that day. Total bill was about 90K. And no, I think it was 80K. And he said, "Okay, no problem." And he sent me 100. He said, "You know what? This is it. I'll stop." But he said it, "I want to, please, don't wash car for any other person. I want to be your first customer." He said it to me. He said, "I want to, Jimmy, I'm saying it to you. God bless you." Amen. As in, Jimmy has always been a very stand-up guy, correct guy. When all my other friends at the time, who I was running to, because it got to a point where I needed money to push myself over the line. Yeah. I was running to, I'll meet some alpha. Like, I'm not entitled. Yeah. I'm far from that. If I come and meet you and you say, "Hey, it's fine." But there were some guys who were my guys, and I went to meet, and I knew they had the money. It's not a case. It's one thing that you don't have the money. Yeah. And but I knew they had the money. One in particular had the money. I went to meet him and was like, "Do me a business plan." I'm like, "Do you a business plan? How, bro? Like, the business is done. I just need like the last, just to push myself over the line to buy the last bit of stuff." And I'm like, "Yeah, do me a business plan." Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, "Okay, well, I wasn't going to do that." Yeah. And then I think about 2 weeks later, I ended up in his house again, and he was telling me, "Oh, see the watch I just bought." Oh, and God. I'm like, "Oh, wow." I'm like, "Okay, you know what? Hey, it's fine." Okay, and so I'm curious, like, because things like COVID, even the rain, because I know you've been mad at my videos talking about the rain. I'm so in love with the rain, by the way. I just love it. But I know that for your kind of business, like, it's a difficult time this rainy season. How do you deal with those difficulties around the job for you? So it brings, I have to take it back to the genesis when I said, is the Nigerian terrain, the Nigerian people, are they ready for this kind of service? So there's a lot of things I deal with, a lot of things that I struggle with in the business. Now, the uniqueness and peculiarity of my business is it's very personal. Yeah. Because you're detailing people's vehicles. And people's vehicles sometimes, more often than not, in very many cases, their cars are an extension of themselves. Yeah. So it's a very personal kind of situation because I'm letting you go into my car. Yeah. So you have to get it right. The margin for error is minimal, next to none. Like my friend TD always says, Dari, he says, "Okay, if you damage customer's fabric now, you source another one. Right. If you damage it, we'll let the client know that, look, or maybe in between something was happening, maybe they were pressing it, something happened." Any business can have, you say quickly, you source for another one, replacement, you sort out the issue. In my own case, it's not that straightforward. Right. I've had a situation whereby a client's vehicle got damaged. And and the damage was 700,000.
Hey.
Yes. Damage was 700,000 because one person was careless. And I'm there. It's not as if I didn't, like, I'm always, ask anybody who, I'm always there.
Yeah.
When I came to clean your cars, you saw me now.
Yeah,
and they were like, why did you come? We should have sent them. I'm like, number one, I'm not doing anything at home.
Yeah.
Number two, I like to be there.
Yeah.
It's not as if I don't trust them.
Yeah.
I trust them. I know they're going to do what they're supposed to do. But at the same time, it's the personal touch.
Yeah.
I have some clients that they will call, oh, Sheyi, my car needs cleaning. When can you come? If I say, oh, I'm not around, they'll be like, oh, okay, when you're around, come. I'm like, no, my boys can handle this. Yeah, I know your boys can handle this, but I'll be more comfortable if I see you.
Yeah.
You know, there are clients like that. There are clients who don't mind.
Yeah.
People are different.
Yeah.
People are totally different.
Yeah.
But I'm always, more often than not, I'm always there. 8 out of 10 sessions, I will be there. You know, so that's the peculiarity of my business. So when that incident happened, I was actually there. We were detailing the car together. But it was an oversight on the technician's part. And this is somebody who's my longest serving staff. He knows the ins and outs of the business. But it was just an oversight. It was something that he should have done to protect that area that he didn't do. So something happened. We ended up, you know, but I sorted the issue out, paid for the repair, did the damage, and you know, it was fine. So it's not a straightforward business. That's why when a lot of people see it, I'm like, yeah, this guy, he went to this person's house today. He went to Kubana Chief Priest's house. He went to Jide Sanwo-Olu's. He went to Marina today to go and detail car. He's making money. This business, I must do it. It's not that straightforward. You know, I had to build my clientele, and you build clientele by trust. You know, you have to gain their trust because they are trusting you with their vehicles, their personal belongings. You can see somebody who has a Rolls Royce now. Rolls Royces are not cheap. You know, I'm not calling you to come and clean it. You have to do it properly. The last job we did, let me give you an instance. The last job we did for Davido. So apparently, you know, somebody had done the cars before us. So it was just there's a backstory to that. I don't want to even get into all of that. But somebody had done the job a while ago. And when we got there and we met one of the drivers was like, oh yeah, the thing we want to do the last time, when I spray one thing, when I damage one thing. And I'm like, I haven't been here since 2020, 2022, maybe 2021. So I don't know the damage you're talking about. I was like, nobody when I come the last time. I was like, no, we haven't been here in like about 5 years. And I said, okay, no problem. Show me the damage. They showed me, it was something. I was like, okay, can you take it off? I said, yeah, I can remedy this, like the situation. I'll take care of it. And they were saying, oh, this thing has been there since before the wedding. And the wedding is 2024. That was when Davido and Chioma got married. Oh, this thing has been there before the wedding. It's been there. We've tried everything. It hasn't gone off. I was just laughing because this thing, I know how to take it off. They probably used something they were not supposed to use on it. And it just created like a film. I'm being technical now. Apologize.
It's okay.
You know, so, and they were worried that the thing wasn't going to go. By the time we were done, we had taken it off. You know, and when the clients, Davido saw the car, he was happy because that thing was giving him stress. And this is something that is in the Maybach. And it sits in the Maybach a lot. So you can imagine sitting in the Maybach and then you're like, what is this thing hasn't gone? After like 2 years, it's still here. And then I just got there, okay, take care, we use this, remove it. And he was happy. So you are providing value. You are providing a service. You know, you're in people's personal spaces, you're in their personal property, things that they value. It's like somebody giving you their phone. That's what I like a car as, because you can't just call anybody and tell them to go. What if they spoil it? What if they damage it? You know, so those are the things that, you know, I encounter in the business. A lot of people just think, oh, it's not just to wash car. It's not just about it. There's a science to it. There is a process. There are procedures. There are things that you should do. Like there are times where you can't. There's some times that you cannot even wash car in the sun. Yes.
In the sun, not in the rain.
In the sun. No, that's not, no, like it depends on how harsh the sun is. You have to change your tactic.
And your mom then passed on, but did she see at least a little bit of the success? I don't know when she passed on.
So
Yeah.
my mom, so she got sick in 2018, and we done the surgery, and she was fine. It was okay. They had given her. We done the screening about 6 months later, and they gave her, oh, she's good to go, clean bill of health, blah blah blah. So we did that. But 2019, she just kind of, she just, I can, she just sent me a message one day that, that she was walking and then she met herself on the ground. I'm like, what? Why? What are you climbing? Like, she's like, who told you I climbed anything? Like, I was literally walking and I met myself on the ground. So I'm like, okay, maybe. And then about a month later, she called me because I'd done an extraction in 2018 because I had like a dental issue. So I did an extraction. And then she just called me and she's like, that she just sent me a picture that she was eating chicken and then she bit the bone and her tooth chipped that, the dentist that I used, and I just Googled like the dentist office, and apparently there was one in Isolo because she lived in Isolo. So they had a branch in Isolo. So I said, there's actually a branch in Isolo. I'll book the appointment and pay for it. So she did that. She went. Apparently the cancer was back. We had no idea. Apparently the cancer was back. We had no idea that it was back. So it was going into her bones. So it was making everything. That's why, she had a chipped tooth, but we didn't know. But by May 2019, I had started the business. So she saw it. She was calling me. My mom would call me every day. If I open my phone for it, the message she sent to me the day I started, when I said I was going to work for Jimmy, I know. She's like, Jimmy, your friend. They said, I'll make you. And then she prayed for me and she said, as you have started this business today, this. So she saw the beginning of the business. And then by December 2019, she was back in hospital. The cancer had progressed. They had already given us the lowdown that, look, it's a matter of time, or so she was back in hospital. But by that time, I was already working for the governor at the time, because I think he just came in at the time. So there were new cars that they were swapping the old cars for. So as they were bringing the new cars in, I was always clean. So my mom I could tell that she was extremely proud, because this. So it was a thing of pride for her, because not even because of, it was just a business. It was because it was something that I had always wanted to do, and I was doing. Because I remember when she was. Let me give you the story. So she was in the hospital. She was here, and then she had a roommate at the time before we moved out to the private room, and the other lady was like, "Oh, is this your son?" I said, "Yes." Okay. She said, "How are you?" I said, "I'm fine." And my mom just went off. This is my first son. No, his name is Sheyi. He does this detailing. He does this car wash detailing. The woman said car wash. That what's detailing? My mom now started explaining that detailing on my low machine. Like this, she was literally on the bed here, and the other lady is here, and I'm like sat beside her, and she's like, "Oh my low detailing, my low machine, oh my she, oh my that be brand new, oh my that be tutu," and she was just giving the woman but she was buying saying, "From to governor Sanwo-Olu." Like she really bigged me up, and I was like, okay, but I could tell like she was really proud, and the 12th of January, we lost her. It was a devastating period for me, because my mom was my best friend. It's not, if people who saw us didn't even know we were mother and son, they always just assume, okay, big sister, younger brother. That was the kind of relationship we had. So she was my best friend. Very devastating loss. It's not something I've gotten over. It's not something I've fully processed, because and she died very young, which was even more frustrating. But hey, it is what it is. It's not ideal. It's not something I would. But like they always say, like Uncle Shea always says, the two things that are sure in life: death and taxes. He says it. He say, you know the one who says, "Come no show you like death at tax." I'm like, okay. So I mean, it is what it is. We miss her every day. Very supportive from day one. Like, this is somebody who always had my back. There was my business, as in I owed her much. She even sent money. I owed her money. There was one time that we had started a business, and we literally just started, a business that you're just starting, you have no clientele, nothing. So she used to be worried, like, hey, God, how are you going to pay salaries at the end of the month? You've not worked in 2 weeks. And something will happen, and we'll work, and I'll pay salaries. And she'll be like, wow, I was beginning to get worried. And, she was very supportive. And and her sister in Dublin, her younger sister, who's like my big sister, Auntie Kemi, supportive as well. They both those two, they didn't even want to, if they say people who family members that pushed me and made sure I didn't really feel, like the anxiety or the weight of my decisions concerning this business, it was those two, my mom and my Auntie Kemi. My other auntie who is the banker, it took a while for her to come around. It took a while because she's like, you have wasted opportunities. You should have been working in the bank. And then, she's not very expressive, but there was one day, when she found out, I think somebody was speaking about me to her, that they had seen me working, I think they had seen me work for the governor, or it was the governor, yeah, because I remember. So she had, when she used to work in FCMB, she had a boss, her immediate boss at the time. So it was the guy who she told me to go and meet and put some structure around my life, because I was just not
structured.
I was not structured. So he was the guy that she took me to, and he kind of introduced me to the other guy. So that day, she knew I'd started, and then she called me and said, "Oh, come and be cleaning my cars too. At the end of the month, I will pay you." So I was doing that, but she still wasn't. So it wasn't until I'd gone to Marina that day, State House Marina. I was doing some cars for the governor and the first lady at the time. So I was there, and I stood in front at the entrance, and I think the governor had visitors. Some banking guys came. Now, my auntie's boss at the time in FCMB had moved to another bank where he was the MD. So I'm standing at the entrance to drive out of the Marina, like the State House compound. So I'm there with the protocol guys I report with and some other guys, like 4 of us. We're just having random conversations. And a Land Cruiser goes, no, a Hilux goes, and then a Land Cruiser goes and stops, and then just comes back, and the window comes down, and the person just says, Oluseyi Ajayi, how are you? And I'm like, good afternoon, sir. I say, how are you? Okay, what are you doing? And I said, I came to clean cars. And I said, you are doing this car wash thing. She said, okay, you know what? When you finish, when you come to the house, because he lives not far from me. So when you are done, when you get to come to the house, I need to hear about all of this. So, I closed. I went to meet him, and the guy was like, "Oh, I'm very proud of you. It's not many people that can have a dream or a vision, and they will see it through, but you stuck to your guns. I'm very proud of you." As in, he told me. So I think he now told my auntie that you need to give this boy props. So like this thing, like all of us doubted him, and we just thought it was not, but he saw it through. And then she came around, and now she's one of my big supporters too. She said, "Alpha, she's a lot for motto. Can you make sure it's okay. It's a very rewarding business, and it's for me specifically all around, because the financial aspect is there, and the fact that this is something I love doing. Like I said earlier, I love doing it. It's I'm happy. Would I do something else? I do the entertainment thing on the side, like But
yes, a theme party every year.
Every December. Yes.
Every December.
Every December.
Even though that's past my bedtime, we need to talk about this thing. Can we just do a day party?
No. We'll do day party now, but we need to figure it out.
Yes, please figure out a day party.
Let's have a conversation.
Yes, let's figure out a day party. Okay, yes, let's do a day party this year. No, this has honestly really been awesome. It's so funny because I feel like I really want to talk about the family part, but I feel like to the point about doing something that is unique, doing it in a different terrain, and like you said, something that from 2008 to then, or 2007 to 2018, to that thing that we all say, like, one, what are you doing in the waiting season? You keep on moving, which is basically what you were doing. And then two, like, I feel like, God was just waiting for everything to align. So sometimes maybe that's my takeaway in all of this, that there are some dreams that you've had since you were a child. I know that it's not necessarily like, happened yet, but there's no time like the present in some cases. If you need to pick that up now, maybe it's the time, maybe that's what this message is about. But I think also just knowing that if it's not yet happened, it can and maybe will still happen in the case. Awesome.
Yeah.
I would ask you to ask me one question and we will do that. But I feel like my people at the back, they're already like, we've done this for 2 hours. Has it been 2 hours? It's been 3 hours.
Wow.
It's not been 3 hours.
We could go on and on.
But no, this has been really, really awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I feel like we need a part 2, but we'll figure that part out.
After we do the day party. After we do the party.
Thank you also very much. We truly appreciate you. Like, subscribe, share, all the good stuff. Thank you all very much. Peace. Come to the world without people.